Hi, it's Brittany from the Empurrium. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be sewing the Vestibule wallet from Sincerely Jen Patterns. It's really cute. I like it. It was fun to make. This is the second time I've made it, and I think I did better this time. So it's a nice size. It's good for like vinyl. I don't want to say scraps. I mean, it takes a decent amount, but I have a Mr. Heckles cut that you'll see soon. And I was able to cut out of the materials I used with that, and I had plenty. So I used the Chalkboard Roses vinyl from More Me Know. I used the Sprite glitter vinyl, and then I used hot pink water resistant canvas, all from More Me Know. My thread is the variegated the Mentor's Kiss from Wizardry. But you have a front ID window. Yes, that's my cat. You have 12 card slots, and there is a zipper pocket in here. And then also you have like this space between as well. It is a fun make. It's not difficult. There is some bulk with your card slots, so just be mindful of the materials you use, but it's really fun. I have a tutorial for the mini version as well, and no cutting video, but it's easy to cut. You've got this. Hope you enjoy. Before we sew the Vestibule wallet, I want to go over the pieces. So we have the flap lining. There's one lining piece for that. We have the main body lining. There are two lining pieces, and I have already made some marks that the measurements are given in the pattern to do. For our ID pocket window, you have the clear vinyl and then the pocket frame, which I'm going to go ahead and take those because I know what they are. There is the main body A. Main body B has two exterior pieces. There is the inner flap accent, and there is a marking for the magnet. I already went ahead and marked that, but I think I might need to mark it again on something else. And then your back and flap, there is an option to make this directional with two pieces, but I am doing one. There is your zipper tape. You can do number 3 or number 5. And then your zipper tabs. You need a magnet. I've got my nameplate. And then there are 2 card slot pieces, and I have already went ahead and made the markings on them. So the first thing we're going to do is get our zipper ready. So you're going to take and fold your zipper tabs in half and slide those onto the raw ends of the zipper. And then we're just going to go ahead and sew those down. I'm going to use a 4.5 stitch length for everything. Thread got it a little loopy on the back. That's okay. It's not going to show. As long as the zipper's secure, we'll be all right. Okay, so zipper is ready. And then, like I said, on the wrong side of these main body lining pieces, I've gone and marked. I know I used pink on pink, so you can't see it very well, but you're going to make some notches here in the corner and up top. And then we're going to grab some double-sided tape, 1/8 inch, and just put that up above your line. I probably should have used a different color. I'm sorry. So the line is where you're going to be folding to, and then the tape is going to help stick to it. And then up here, I'm just going to put my tape right here, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so now we're going to fold it down. I'm going to do this part first. If your tape has a hard time sticking, you can also use some clips to help as well if you need. Then I'm going to take this part and fold it down. And then with the tape up here, it did not stick. With the tape up here, I can fold this down on top of that. So if the tape was below it, it wouldn't have been showing. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat that on this other side, or other piece, sorry. Tried to throw that away and it stuck to my hand. All right, so you might have to like go in and press pieces down again, depending on your materials and your strength of your tape. Almost there. So once we have these taped together, we're going to take a main body B and put it wrong side up. And I've measured down where my zipper is going to go. And I have some tape on here. I'm going to put some tape on the other side too. Okay, I'm just going to put it right here. Be easier. All right, so we're going to take main body B, wrong side up. I've measured for the placement of my zipper, and I want that to be centered. And then I'm going to take a main body lining and put it wrong sides together with this, and I'm lining this up with this inside seam of this. And you can take another piece of tape if you want. I keep losing the end. All right, I'm just going to put some tape right here to help hold this together. Okay. So press that. Clip right here. And press this down right there. Okay, now we're gonna stitch around here. And this is like a top stitch, so stick to the edges. Okay, so we have our zipper attached to one side. All right, and then we need to fold these down out of the way for the next step. So you could go ahead and clip them down however you need to. Just want to kind of get them out of the way. All right, and then we're gonna repeat what we did with the other two pieces. I already have tape on this zipper right here. Okay, then I'm gonna put another piece of tape down for this lining piece. And same thing, you're going to want to line this up as best as possible. Your fold might be just a little bit not lined up. At least mine did. It's okay. All right, and then you're going to stitch that on just like we did the other side. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, I wanted to make sure my zipper zipped. All right, and they should match up. We need to fold this up and match everything up. And then I'm going to mark a couple things. You're going to be marking a box here and then stitching. So let me go ahead and make those marks real quick. And all of these measurements are given in the pattern. Oh, I'm going to use the pink pen. You really won't be able to see. Also, you could just use the seam guide on your machine if you're able to do that. And you could just mark on one side and then clip them together because they're going to match up. You just want to keep in mind, though, that the pieces might shift a little. So I'll just pay attention as I go. All right, so I want to clip these together so they are matching up as best as possible. All right. What I am going to do is I'm going to stitch from here up and then turn it and stitch there up, because I have a hard time with the zipper tabs and I want to get as close to the zipper tab as I can. Like, you're not gonna make it all the way to it, but you can get as close as possible. So then I'm just going from the other side. And gonna check. Okay, yes. I had my markings on the other side, so I really couldn't see them. Okay, and you can also take and round these corners, because the lining is for here. Like, this is gonna be inside here. All right, so there this piece is. We're gonna set this aside and we are going to start working on our ID window. If you take some tape, I'm actually gonna put it on this piece so I know it stays within the seam allowance of it and nothing ends up sticky. Depending on the vinyl you're using for the ID window frame, you're going to want to make sure you tape all 4 sides, because if your vinyl gets like stretchy, it can get a little weird. It's happened to me before. Okay, so I have that. I go ahead and flip it down, make sure I center it as best as possible. So see, if I would have put the tape on the very edges here, then when I slide my ID in, there's a chance the tape could have gotten it. So we're going to do a top stitch and then stitch around the inside window. I don't worry about knotting any threads for this, because the card's going to be in there and I'd rather have a back stitch instead of a knot to push the card against. That's just my personal opinion on it. You can do what you think works best for you, though. I am going to make sure there really isn't any extra thread popping up though. Okay, so that is the top of that, and then we're gonna take the main body A, which is this piece, and we are gonna measure to place this. All right, 1 second. So you want to make sure it's centered and not crooked, which on my last one kind of made it crooked, which was a bummer. Okay, I think if I clip down the top, I'll be good. I don't want to use more tape because I will have to stitch through the tape, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so there is my placement, and we're just gonna stitch around here. This is so cute where the roses are showing. Okay, get those. Cuter than the roses is testing that Donut's ID goes in there. And it does. Did I center this? I really hope I centered this. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, now we need to put our magnetic snap down at the bottom of this piece. So excuse me while I measure one more time here. So the measurement is given and you want to make sure you have that centered. Okay, I am a little worried that mine is going to fit with the ID. All right, we'll try it. It'll be fine. It's got this. Okay, so I'm gonna put the female side of the magnet here. Yeah, mine, I don't know if it's supposed to like actually go right where the ID is. It's fine. I'm gonna do it. I like to use my screwdriver to help me hold this down. On the last one I made, I ended up putting my ID window on the back of the wallet. And it was really cute. Okay. So here is the flap accent, and we can go ahead and put the magnet on this piece. And this vinyl is kind of thick, so I'm not worried about adding extra stabilizer for my magnet. I do need to decide where I want my nameplate to go, and I think I know, so I'll do that in a moment. Okay, I want to go ahead and do that now. So if I take my back flap, I think I want to put my nameplate right here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is centered. And then once I get this stitched on, we just have to work on that main flap and our card slots. Okay, got that right there. All right, it can, yeah, no, I better stitch it on right now, or I will be angry with myself. I'm like, oh man, because tape is not gonna hold it long term. Okay. I think on my other one, I had, oh boy. I think on my other one I had put my logo right here. It was really cute. All right. So the inner flap accent and the top of the flap lining, we need to apply some tape on here. Just enough. I just need it to stick to it. Alright, so we're going to take, and you want the right side, which I have the hardest time with. You want that to be showing. And we need it to extend past the bottom of this flap. So you can see it's hanging out at the bottom. And then you need it to overhang here as well. So this hangs down here and this hangs over the sides. So that's what that looks like. We're gonna stitch around here. Oh boy, I should have adjusted my stitch. It's fine. Okay. So just take your time to go around these pieces. All right, we're gonna set this aside as well, and we are gonna work on the card slots. So there are markings, measurement markings to go down these. I just need to check something. Okay, I should have marked my okay. I was like, I should have marked the tops and bottoms. Okay. Okay. So you're going wrong sides together, right sides together, wrong sides together, right sides together. I like to do every other and get those going. So there's that one, and then I skip a line, go here. Get that folded, and then I skip a line again. And get that folded. And then what that does is I can then fold like this and just pinch where that's at. Pinch where that's at. And I'm like transferring the clips as I go. Pinch where that's at. And then go over to the other side and pinch. 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 And flatten. Sometimes I have to adjust a little bit, but otherwise it's pretty good. I might just need to like look at the sides a little bit to make sure everything lines up, but that is how I do my card slots faster. And then I'm not folding back and forth as much. So, okay. That was to be wrong sides together, so, all right. I skipped one, went to the next one. Just repeating what I did on the other side. I'm gonna finish this and I'll be right back. I actually ended up, well, mostly finishing up this other side. So I'm gonna show you how I did that. So we folded all of these up all nicely, and I think I might have actually top stitched the wrong side of the one, so I'll just make them even. As long as your cards fit, it's fine. I think that's what I did though. Maybe not. I don't know. All right, so I folded these, and then I think I do need to just adjust this a little bit. Like this one looked like it was up a little high, but what I'll do is I'll transfer my clips so that I have all of these clipped, and then on the back I will also make sure I have those clipped. I'm really not sure which is my top and my bottom now, but the folds are the same. So I don't think it really matters as long as they're even in the end. But I am, okay, looks like I need to do this side so that they match. Okay. As long as you can use the card slots and both sides match, you're good. I'm just really bad about right and wrong side. But we are going to top stitch the top of each card slot. I'm gonna trim as I go if I can. All right, so I'm just folding the other layers out of the way each time. Okay, last fold here. And then you're going to want to clip these back together, lining them up, making sure everything is even. You can also take your, you can take and like check that everything is sitting nicely if you'd like. And then I need to mark my centers. 1 second here. Just throwing clips everywhere. All right, we need to top stitch the center. So you just start at the top of where the card slots start. Okay, now there are measurements in the pattern for how big this piece should be, and I already cut the one, so I'm just gonna clip these together and make sure everything matches up, and then I will use that piece to trim down. Okay, so I had already trimmed this one piece a tiny bit, anticipating it was too long in the one spot. Okay, so these now match. There are our card slots. We now need to draw a line on the wrong side at the top, and then we are going to fold the raw edges down. So I'm going to go ahead and take some tape as soon as I figure out where it starts and stops every time. And I'm going to just place that along the top here. And then I will make my mark off camera to fold those down. So the placement mark, the measurement is given, and then you're folding down to that line, just like we did on the other piece earlier. Okay. We are almost done. It's a cute little wallet. So just folding down. Okay. Now we get the flap lining and inner flap accent, and we're putting a card slot panel right side up and butting the edge up here. I'm gonna use more tape. All right, I'm just going to place some tape here. And then again, so I'm going to flip it this way. It's just easier for me to see. But we are taking and butting it up to the edge of this accent piece. And we're top stitching on the folded edge. Okay, and then this is going to go wrong sides together with the main back flap piece. And you want to make sure you line these edges up. So you can use double side tape if you need to. Looks like my card slot piece is a little long, but I can trim that. I'm not sure what I did. It also looks crooked. We will get it figured out. Okay, so we have this all together, and then we're taking the main body panels with the zipper, and we are placing that down, and this gets lined up here. Okay, but sorry. All right, this is going to be folded out of the way though. So we're lining up this. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit because I need that out of my way. Okay, hang on. This is not going to be good if it's sticking out. Just gonna trim a little bit. This might have been the side that I did second, so I might just not have measured correctly since I placed them on top of each other. Go figure, right? I was like, I feel like I didn't trim anything off of that one. Wonder why. Okay, I have this together. This is going here. We're lining up these pieces. So this will get lined up there. And then you do have a bit of layer going on here. But these go here. And again, if the lining sticks out at all, you can trim it. And also you can edge coat this when you're done with it, and that'll kind of hide any little imperfections there as well. And then you might just need to play with this a little bit. I think I can literally take and just trim the tiniest bit off to try to get these to lay together too. Okay, what we're gonna do first is we're going to fold this out of the way, and we're gonna top stitch around here. So this is gonna be a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then there'll be like an 1/8 inch top stitch everywhere. But you do the 1/4 of an inch first to get everything like held together. Definitely take your time. I know the first time I did this, I kind of went crooked. Was a little bit of a mess. Definitely better than my first time doing it. I think last time I just wasn't anticipating the bulk. Okay, now we're gonna do the top stitch all the way around. So you could top stitch from the outside and then make sure you're moving this as you go. Kind of up to you. I think I'm just gonna go from this side. I think it'd be easier. All right. I don't know that I should start where the card slots are, but you know what? Got this. Okay, coming up to the bulk. All right, and now we're going to be top stitching these pieces together up at the top. And up here you have the magnet. So just be mindful of that. I use the narrow foot for my 1181, and that is nicely staying away from that magnet. Any closer though, and it would have been an issue. I'm gonna trim these threads before I get back to them. I'm so excited. This is definitely better than my first one. So just take care of those threads a little bit. And then at the end, or when you're finished or whatever, if you want, you can go over some more. So like right here it is still a top stitch, but there is that gap. So that's where edge painting, you can build up your base coat and everything and really make that look a little bit better if you want. I'm still undecided if I'm going to edge coat. I think there might just be a day where I'm like, oh, I just really feel like edge coating things, and I'll just do them all together. Sounds good. Okay, so now we're gonna take our remaining main body A and card slot panels, and we are going to put those wrong sides together. Come on. Struggle with tape way too often. Okay. So I just put some tape up there, and then just want these to be centered, lined up at the top. And then we're going to top stitch those together. And this is pretty close to the ID window frame, so be careful. Just want to put it right there. It's so cute. Okay, so we're basically going to do the same thing we just did. We're lining up. Sorry, I'm just making sure. Okay. We're going to line these up. And again, you've got that bulk of those card slots to deal with. I think if you didn't care about having as many card slots, you could like do a little hack where you just had card slots in the center and then piece it so there's just one piece of lining on the sides. Hopefully that makes sense, or you understand what I'm talking about. Just to cut down on the layers here on the edge. I can't resist. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's finish it up. All right, so we have to basically sew from this side and fold all of this out of the way as we go now. So again, I'm going to do my 1/4 of an inch first. And I'm trying to get everything lined up as best as possible. I'm going to have to trim these layers a little, I think. Just take your time. Depending on your materials too, it might be easier or harder to bend this other layer out of the way. Okay, so now we gotta go back and do our 1/8 inch top stitch. Sorry, I'm just seeing these threads. I'm like, go away. All right, final stitching. This is at least a little easier when you get to this top stitch because everything is secured together. You don't have to worry about anything shifting. Okay, I'm gonna hit my threads here. And then now is where you want to take a good pair of scissors, and if you have any spots that need a little bit of a trim, you can go ahead and do that now. So like here. I mean, pretty good. There's like spots where also I can just like really see my pen lines from when I traced my pieces. But that's it. So you've got your little ID window here. You have all of these card slots. They all fit nicely. Everything is good. And then you have this little pocket here, which is so interesting because it's technically the exterior in there, and you're so used to, well, at least I am used to having like my lining material. So that's fun. All right, well, that is the Vestibule wallet from Sincerely Jen. I have a video already for the mini version. That was really fun to make too. I hope you enjoy. If you have not already subscribed, I would love if you did, and have a great day. Bye.